Welcome to News Alert on Capital Television.
Hundreds of New Patriotic Party faithfuls in and around Kumasi marched through the principal streets of the Ashanti regional capital today to register their displeasure at what they describe as poor management of the economy by the Mahama-led administration. The demonstration was led by some members of parliament and the party's leadership in the region. Some of the MPs addressed the demonstrators who converged at the Kumasi Jackson's Park.
Me how many nkan make say edomo aba no more than 400,000. E kire say ye nyina ye hu say bebi o mana ko duro no aye den omamo no aye bisi basa enti o se e ba na ye to adwene na ehunu e kwampa ye betimi e de oman yi ye nchekire no afaso so na be ya ahoto e beba oman yi mu ni aye sre ene se nya ye beka wo ha no amanfo entiasie je megu aban ni mase da bi na emom ye be kire mu amanfo hu be ye ko no a enye no da bia ye kan aban entiasie no ade dia ba be hu wo ha no mani age e kire se emre bi twemu manhia ahya ase ayo abakosemu a ende aka me ene se edurumre bi a akwasi broni be fa otumfo obechi no no na mema no ada ene oba besia wo sori ye no wo se muntie ye mema da bia ye kodo machi no ene asem oba wo mu sori a wo be ye mema sam e wo ye fie ha sei ye mai so wo mu kwa abonti a na wo madane ma enu ti no efri na ekro no oba bia wo asansante mamu ha se wo kru be da wo chi a pamono ne ka je se so homitimi ni oba ensan na enu bi na asi se ye kru be bia e wo no ya wa asem kese.
Some furious demonstrators who claim life has become unbearable under the NDC administration asked President Mahama to fix the economy and find solution to the electricity problem.
This how domi aye yatra yedetra yewura Mahama sai yaman no omuniye sanya sadia onsi from no for amana magana for.
The National Democratic Congress is 22 years today. The NDC, which was formed on June 10, 1992, emerged on the country's political scene with a strong conviction of becoming alternative party to the two traditional parties, Kwame Nkrumah's Convention People's Party and the Dankwa Buzia Dombo United Party, now the New Patriotic Party. Though 22 years in the life of an organization may not be considered old enough, it will not be considered too young either to show signs of purposefulness, zeal, and mettle. The NDC, over the years, has ruled the country for 14 years and as well been in opposition for 8 years. Ghanaians would hold diverse views about the performance of the NDC, both in government and as the opposition in terms of development of the nation. The party's 2012 manifesto has the theme Advancing the Better Ghana Agenda, which places emphasis on job creation, political stability, and development for all. The NDC mentions the sustenance of peace and stability the country is enjoying, as well as the ongoing Kwame Nkrumah Circle Interchange project as some of the good things the party has done and is doing for the people. Capital TV sources say there is no official function to celebrate the party's 22nd birthday. All the 10 polytechnics in the country faces possible indefinite closure as the strike action by Polytechnic Teachers Association of Ghana has passed 21 working days. The indefinite closure has been made possible by legal action the Labour Commission has taken against POTAG. The Labour Division of the High Court yesterday adjourned a case brought before it by Labour Commission against POTAG to determine the legality or otherwise of their strike. The case was adjourned to 25th June 2014 for hearing. The National General Secretary of POTAG, Ibrahim Adamu, told Capital TV more.
First of all, express our appreciation for the keen interest that you have in this matter, because it's an issue that is national in character, and you have, like you said, you have followed the trail. We are thankful. This morning, as a lot of people might have been aware, we were in the High Court, the Labour Division of the Ghana High Court. In fact, we went there as a result of a motion filed on us by the National Labour Commission. So to that extent, you can say that it's the Labour Commission that took us to court, and all that they were seeking to do is to ask the court to enforce that directive, which stands that our strike is illegal and therefore we should call off the strike. We were in court today, and all I can say is that we were actually short-served. I think that the motion was served on us only on Wednesday, and those who have the legal understanding of the the length of service that one needs before you can respond adequately on the matter. I understand you need 3 clear days, and so today we're in court. Our lawyer asked that as a result of the short service, we should give him some time to prepare adequately to be able to stake our case. I would say, unfortunately, it was even the side of the Labour Commission that extended the date to 25th. And so that is how things stands now. Well, to that extent, I'm not sure POTAG has the capacity to say all the polytechnics will close down or not. It's largely a management affair. If in the view of management they think that those services we have withdrawn or the strike has affected academic works on campus and therefore they can continue to keep students, and per that law, they think that it will be prudent to close the polytechnics down. It's left to management to do. It's not a POTAG decision to ask that the polytechnics close down or otherwise. But honestly, we have gotten into the 21 days and beyond, and we also heard that some of the polytechnics have closed down.
Carmen Altenkirk, an analyst at Fitch in London, says Ghana's central bank is printing money to help finance the government's budget deficit, threatening to fuel inflation and weaken a currency that's already the worst performer in Africa this year. The first quarter budget deficit of 2.1% of gross domestic product was financed by the central bank, which provided funding equivalent to 10% of government's revenue. Investor concerned that Ghana's government will struggle to rein in spending has contributed to a 23% slump in the cedi against the dollar this year. That's pushed up the inflation rate to 14.7% in April. According to the analyst, printing money to finance the deficit will aggravate an already high inflation and contribute to further weakening of the cedi. Fitch, which has a negative outlook on Ghana's B rating, said it expects the budget deficit to exceed 10% of gross domestic product for a third consecutive year, in line with forecasts by Moody's Investor Service that the debt will probably reach 61% of GDP by the end of the year.
How prepared are you to step out to work, church, market, or any other place in the rainy season? Do you plan to keep yourself dry or be soaked by the rains? What product comes to mind in such season? Well, Capital TV News this evening reminds you to make a budget for umbrella, as it has become one of the most needed items. On the news team's rounds early Tuesday morning, umbrellas were spotted to give covering to many, while those without one were either seen soaked by the rain or wait under some shelter.
Ghana's coach Kwesi Appiah has said the 4-0 win over South Korea should be a cause for optimism leading into the World Cup. The Black Stars, who scored 2 goals apiece in each half, with World Cup debutant Jordan Ayew grabbing a hat-trick and captain Asamoah Gyan scoring a goal to seal the win in their final warm-up game in Miami. The performance was a big improvement for Ghana, who lost its previous friendly 1-0 to the Netherlands. The Black Stars will now head to Brazil with high hopes as they prepare to face USA, Germany and Portugal in Group G at the World Cup. However, Ghana will be sweating over the injury of striker Majid Waris, who remains doubtful for the Black Stars World Cup opener against USA next Monday after limping off in their final friendly against South Korea at the Sun Life Stadium in Miami. Ghana is already without central defender Jerry Akamenko, and Waris' injury comes as a huge blow to Ghana's coach Kwesi Appiah. The 22-year-old Spartak Moscow attacker picked up a thigh injury after just 5 minutes into the match played at the Sun Life Stadium and was replaced by Jordan Ayew. Suspected Boko Haram militants have abducted at least 20 women close to where 200 schoolgirls were kidnapped in northern Nigeria, eyewitnesses say. The women were loaded onto vans at gunpoint and driven away to an unknown location in Borno State. The army has not commented on the incident, which occurred on the nomadic Gaken Fulani settlement. Despite a state of emergency in place in the region, residents say the army is largely inactive or even absent, allowing the Boko Haram militants to continue their attacks. The latest incident occurred close to where more than 200 schoolgirls were snatched from the remote Chibok village near the Cameroonian border on 14th April. A member of a local vigilance group set up to resist such attacks said that in addition to the women, the militants also seized 3 men who had tried to stop the abduction. A new report by the International Displacement Monitoring Center and the Norwegian Refugee Council says 3,300 people have been killed by Boko Haram this year alone. Ghana's chief rapper, Sarkodie, has won MTV's Best Hip-Hop Artist of the Year award at an elaborate ceremony in Durban, South Africa over the weekend. The Durban International Conference Center witnessed great performances from some Africa's most talented artists, including Sarkodie, Tiwa Savage, and many others. Apart from the tall list of performances, various musical artists on the African continent were awarded for their excellent works and creativity as music made in Africa was celebrated.
Obede, #1, I'm the best MC from the ghetto, C9, cemetery, don't test me, no size, punchlines, or voice in your next key.
That ends News Alert on Capital Television.